Hi, it's your Psycho Bunny. Joining you today, 18 degrees out in a cemetery hundreds of years old in Boulder, Colorado. Looking at all of these lives, a cumulative thousands, certainly thousands of hours of consciousness and pain and sadness and joy and elation. And I get to come and talk to these spirits. Their voices are in my mind like my own thoughts. And I see them the way I imagine things. These images, these translucencies. And what they want me to tell you. Something called the problem of pain. How can there be a God or a higher power or a divine entity of any sort that loves us if people suffer needlessly? I was incested at 9 and raped at 15 and concluded that God either didn't exist or God was a monster that allowed these things to happen. Why pain? Someone asked me if I thought mental illness was a punishment. No. It pushes us to connect. It pushes us to reach out and to grow. And that pain, just like joy and playfulness and connectedness and hope, that pain is what we came here for. So I was on my elbows and my knees in a bathtub drowning myself when I was 17. And because I could feel the fire of hell on my feet, because consciousness just stung, like being stung by a wasp continuously in my mind, just intolerable. It got to that point where any action that I took to make the next breath more likely to happen, that was the act of self-harm. That taking my own life was the only thing I could possibly do as an act of love. And so I said to God, is it your will that I be alive? And God said, no, it's my will that you be free. And so I plunged my face into the bathtub. I said, thank you. And I started drowning myself. And I was so torqued that it was working. I was getting the air down. I had 3 breaths. And the phone rang. And just reflexively, I sat up. I coughed out the water. I answered the phone on the 3rd ring to a dial tone. A dial tone that saved my life. The only time in my life that I've ever answered the phone to a dial tone. And then I couldn't get it up to kill myself. After that. And I've never really tried again. Because I got that chance. I got that second chance. Like, do you really want to do this? And I think if I try again, I'll succeed. I'll be given that. When we survive ourselves, we give a great gift to the world. We give a great gift to the world. All of these consciousnesses, all of the lives under the snow, thousands of years of consciousness, if you were to add up everyone, contributing to the divine, what we are when we're born, our psychological and spiritual self, what we are when we're born is the divine's gift to us. What we become, the energy that we amplify with our choices, is what we give back to the divine. That divine, I have to change hands because my hand is freezing. The divine entity that we're all composed of, my higher power, is Zorla, which is what do they call them in Star Wars? It's not mitochondria, but it's something like that. It's the energy that composes electrons and photons. It's the thing that everything is made of. For me, that's the divine, and that love means we're all made of the same stuff. And we go back to it. After my mom died, I pulled over on the roadside to watch an amazingly gorgeous sunset over these same mountains, the Flatirons. And my mom said, in my mind, the way the translucencies do, now I not only get to see this, I get to be this. So that's where we go when we die. That's where our spirits go. Back into the soup of everything. Waiting for our next trip to the candy shop where we get to pick bright red suffering, dark blue isolation. We get to pick. We get to experience otherness so that we can experience connection. Get to experience that sting of consciousness so that we can relax into that luscious hot tub of acceptance, being held precious. We get to be alive.